Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unstoppable Conversations. And I have Daniel in the house with us today, and he's going to talk to us about the business with the power of LinkedIn. I'm really excited about that. And Daniel, tell us a little bit about your business and how you help us.
Thank you very much, Dr. LaDonna. So, my business is helping entrepreneurs leverage their existing network, and I do it through training and one-on-one or one-on-one coaching. And I'm glad to be part of Unstoppable Conversations.
Awesome. So, how do you help us with our LinkedIn, Daniel?
The truth is, networking is far more important than LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the tool, it's important. But if someone told you, 20 years ago, the phone is important because it enables me to reach someone, they're right, but it's a means to an end. And networking is far more important than LinkedIn. If you don't understand the power of networking, there's little chance that you could leverage the platform. Obviously, some entrepreneurs understand the power of networking, and some remember networking when they have to reach out to people that they haven't spoken with for years, and that feels awkward, and no one likes it when we reach out to them only when we need them.
Absolutely. You know, one thing I tell people, Daniel, because networking is my business, connecting, networking, and collaboration. That's what I love to do. I love to teach people how to build their business on those three foundational aspects. But one thing I tell people all the time, networking is not like it used to be. This is no longer 1970 where you go and knock on the door, you answer the door and you buy because they came to the door, you buy. Not happening. I must know you, I must like you, and I must trust you. Why? Because when something doesn't work correctly or it doesn't happen the way I thought it was going to happen, or I just want to chat with you about growing whatever it is that I purchased from you and you're not there, that's going to upset me. I need to trust that you're going to be there. I need to trust that your word is good. So times have changed. People don't buy the way they used to in the 70s, the 80s, and even last year. We have changed since last year when it comes to spending our money. So if you had to tell people one important thing about growing your business with the power of LinkedIn, what would that first step be?
The first step would be to remember that our connection policy on LinkedIn has pro and cons. And the simplest way I coach my clients is to ask themselves in 4 years' time, Dr. LaDonna, would you rather be the most connected or the best connected if you had to pick only one? If you are the most connected, it comes with great exposure. If you are the best connected, you mentioned the importance of trust. Unfortunately, most entrepreneurs start with trust and knowing their network, keep hearing that they need to exponentially grow their network, and are caught in between where they gain only marginal exposure while polluting and watering down the quality of their network.
Oh, awesome. That's an awesome point of view. For me, I'm on all the platforms and I'm always trying to reach out to more people. But I bet you that you will agree with me, Daniel. It's not about how many people, it's about the right people.
Absolutely, because we'd rather be in a room with one person that we connect with and we resonate with, and ideally someone whom we trust and someone who was introduced to us, rather than cold selling to 100 people. 1999 of them don't need our services or are not a good match. We will discover it. One of us will discover it, but it will take time and effort, and it's not fun.
Right. One of my coaches taught me that there are slow cookers, there are really slow cookers, and then they are really slow cookers. And everyone fits in one of those pots. Some people will say yes right away or pretty quickly, and others takes time. But they have to know whenever they are ready, you will be there for them. So that's where I come in and I'm like, okay, they don't want me today. They don't need me today, or they're not ready for me today. I will be here when they are ready. And I'll touch upon them every once in a while. I'll send them a little message, or I'll like one of their posts or comment on one of they're going to know I'm there, but I'm not going to bug them to death. They're just going to know I'm there touching. But one good thing is they know I'm there and I'm watching, I'm listening, I'm hearing them, I'm seeing them. When they are ready, I will be right here ready with open arms. But until then, I have to keep moving on and connecting. Connect every day. I don't care if it's online, if it's a neighbor down the street you haven't met yet, if it's someone new at the grocery market, connect with someone. Go to the coffee shops. It's the best place to connect with people, or get online if you are a virtual person and connect with someone new every day. Because when you do that, now you move to the network. You're networking with them. You're trying to figure out, what can we do together? What do you do versus what I do? How do we fit together? And then, Daniel, so many people forget to collaborate. And that is the most valuable tool to grow your business and your bank account, is that collaboration. What do you say about that?
I agree 100%. And one of the easiest way to do this is when we meet someone new, whether that's at the coffee shop or somewhere else, ask ourselves who would be a good introduction for you.
Yes.
Because if we focus on ourselves, then there's no real collaboration. But if I enter the conversation with this question, then I'm likely to ask some follow-up questions. So when you say you were a gardener, what size of house do you need, or anything that would help me understand who would be a good introduction for you? And most people, as after they told you who would they would like to be introduced to, they would start asking you questions, and they would be more interested in your answers than if we did it the other way around. This is what I do. You don't know me, but you need my services.
Right. It's never about us. It's always about them. What do they need? How can we serve them? How can I help them? Sometimes, Daniel, I find that people I'm talking to, they'll reach out to me and they think they know what they want and they think they know what they need. And then we start talking and it changes. They're like, yes, that's what it is. That's what's missing. That's the key. And sometimes it's just talking through with them in mind. It's not about you, it's about them. What do they need? How can I help them? And I ask everyone I come across, how can I help you? Because I want to know, what do they think they need help with? Because and it's not always about who or what they need. Sometimes it's about who they know and what they need. They may not need you right now or think they need you right now, but their neighbor down the road that they work closely with, they need me and they need me now. So it's a good connection. You connect back and forth from one to another. Now, instead of just one person I've connected with, I just connected with at least two.
It's awesome. And it's never about us, it's about the way we could help that person. And when we build our LinkedIn presence, instead of saying, this is what I do, we need to make our ideal client the hero of our story, just like we do in real life, in a presentation or in a book or something else. And that will help them either qualify themselves or say, so I understand Dr. LaDonna is the queen of networking. Today, I don't think I need or I'm able to do anything with that, but I have that label in mind. And maybe down the road, when I passed some threshold, when I've succeeded in overcoming my fears, then it would be a good idea to speak with you.
I was talking to a lady the other day, and we were talking about an event that I have coming up. And I asked her to attend the event, and she's busy that day. And that's fine. We all get busy and things clash. But you know what? She's already sent me two other people that bought tickets to the event that I don't know, never met. So there's two more connections on top of her, which is new. So there's three connections I made just because of one reach out. Now, I want to go back to LinkedIn for just a moment. I've set up my profile and I want to reach out to people. What is the easiest way for a new person just starting in LinkedIn and they really don't know what they're talking about or what LinkedIn can offer them? What is that first touch that they need to do to find connections on LinkedIn?
Well, the easiest thing to do would be to remember that most people have an existing real life network. Unless they were, locked in a room, only let out after 20 years, then we have a network. Most people underestimate the power of their existing network. They're looking for a new shiny object, sure that the people they know are not relevant. However, the people that we know, just like you said, they can introduce us to the right people. And in some cases, they are the right people themselves. So start with the sandbox that is easiest where people know you either from your local community in Texas or anything else. These are the people you need to start with. If you it would be much more difficult to get to someone else that doesn't know anything about us and try to convince them somehow that we're the best thing they need. We're not. Let's start with our backyard, and this will also help us sharpen our tools and understand what questions people are asking. Am I coming through right? If three people keep asking me the same question, then maybe the way I present my business is wrong. It's better to try it with friends instead of 8 million, eight-figure CEO. And for the first time, then I would understand that I failed.
Absolutely. I noticed when I look back to when I started using LinkedIn, I didn't use it real often. And then over the years, I thought it's there. I hear all these great things about it. I need to get over there and I need to work it. And I remember getting over to LinkedIn and I already had my profile and everything built. And I noticed the lady kept going into my feed. She kept coming into my feed over and over and over again. And I didn't know her. No one introduced me to her. Finally, one day, I commented on her post. I went over, I introduced myself to her. And do you know, 3 years later, we still collaborate together. We still connect one another to other people. We network within each other. Don't be scared. That's why I'm bringing this up. Just touch people. Gently touch people. You don't know who you're going to meet and what they're going to do for you. And this lady still to this day connects me with new people.
It's amazing. In just like the earlier example where the lady could not attend the event herself, but you did resonate with her. Otherwise, she would never recommend to other people, to multiple people to do it. So not everyone is able to do exactly to join the program on a certain date, but if we resonated with them and if we help them, they would be willing to help other people and recommend us to other people. And referrals is important in our business.
Absolutely. That is so good. I believe that at the bottom of my heart that if you touch enough people, you will succeed. It may not be exactly the way you thought it was going to be. It may not be when you thought it was going to be. And it may take more work than what you thought it was going to be. But you will succeed as long as you keep touching people gently. Just keep touching. And remember, before we go, I want to go with this is it's not about who you know, it's about who they know. It's all about them. Daniel, is there one last thing that you want to say before we go today?
I wanted to thank you for enabling me to be part of the Unstoppable Conversations, and I salute you as the queen of networking, Dr. LaDonna.
Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful day. And until next time, enjoy life. Bye bye now.